So, okay, let's move on to number 9. What is the solution to the equation below? Now, as you can tell, we have a fraction. You have the option of changing that to 1.5, or you can just leave it as a fraction. For this one, I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. So first thing I need to do is get rid of the parentheses for each side. So I'm going to continue the problem over here. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is take care of the left side. So negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Then on the other side, if you have 4 times 3 halves x, remember, you multiply the fraction straight across. You will do 4 times 3 is 12, okay? And then 12 divided by 2 is 6x, okay? And I'll do that again. 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 2 is 6, and then your x. And then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Okay? So now I need to decide which variable I'm going to move. I'm going to move the one that has the negative, so it will become a positive. So that will be plus 6x. So I'm left with 12 equals 6x plus 6x is 12x minus 12. And then I want to move the minus 12 to the other side to become a plus 12. So 12 plus 12 is 24 equals 12x. And then the opposite of multiplying by 12 is to divide by 12. So 24 divided by 12 is 2 equals x. So your final answer for that problem is x equals 2. And because it was gridded, you would have to put in 2 for your answer. Okay. Number 10. What is the value of x in that equation? So first thing I would like to do is get rid of the parentheses. Okay. So distribute the 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3x is 6x. Then bring down your plus 6. Your equals 32. Now first thing I need to do is combine the like terms on the left side. So 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. And then bring down your 6x equals 32. Now, I need to jailbreak the constant, which is opposite of plus 14 is a minus 14. And you end up with 6x on the left side and 18 on the right side, because 32 minus 14 is 18. Okay? Now, the opposite of multiplying by 6 is to divide by 6. So x equals 18 divided by 6 is 3. So there you go. Your answer for number 10 should have been 3. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. Number 11. The perimeter of the rectangle below is 48 feet. What is the value of x? So first thing I need to do is transfer my measurements all around this rectangle. And remember, if you're dealing with the perimeter, you got to do side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. Now, I'm going to work it out here. Side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4 equals the perimeter. Okay? So I'll start with this one. Side 1 can be 4.5 plus side 2 could be x plus 5.5 plus side 3 can be the other 4.5, and side 4 can be the last x plus 5.5 equals the perimeter, which they told us was 48. Okay, so first thing I need to do is combine my like terms on the left side. So I'll start with the x's. X plus x. So that gives me 2 x's. Now, 4.5 plus 5.5 plus 4.5 plus 5.5. Now, of course, you can do this the old-fashioned way, or you can just think about money. $4.50 plus $5.50 plus $4.50 plus $5.50, and that gives you $20 equals 48. Now, first thing I need to do is jailbreak the 20 to become a minus 20. So I'm left with 2x equals 48 minus 20 is 28. Then the opposite multiplying by 2 is to divide by 2. So x equals 28 divided by 2. So what's half of 28? 14. So your answer for number 11 should have been 14. Okay? Now, for number 12, that's where the greater response begins. So from this point forward, you can use your calculator. So let's go ahead and start with number 12. Sean and Julie are landscapers. Each person charges a one-time fee plus an hourly fee. Sean uses the equation. Julie uses the table. Which statement is true for these two landscapers? Sean charges a greater one-time fee. Julie charges a greater one-time fee. Sean charges a greater one-time fee. So the key word is one-time fee. So what is one-time fee? Well, if you notice at the top it says they both charge a one-time fee plus an hourly fee. So you should know hourly fee means slope. Therefore, the one-time fee is the y-intercept. So we're looking for the y-intercept. So the question is, who charges a higher y-intercept? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my paper. I'm going to do Sean versus Julie, and I'm looking for the y-intercept of each item. Okay, so let's start with Sean, which is the equation. What's the y-intercept of the equation? It's the number without the x, so that will be 30. Now, let's look at the table. What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is where the x equals 0. X equals 0, so that means my y-intercept is 26. So who charges more? Sean. And that's because we looked for the y-intercept. So let's look at the answer that says that. Sean charges a greater one-time fee because we found the rate of change. Nope, that's wrong. We didn't look for the rate of change. We looked for the y-intercept. Julie charges a greater one-time fee. That's wrong. Sean charges a greater one-time fee because the equation shows a greater y-intercept. Yep, that's correct. So the answer is C. Okay, let's move on to the next problem. Theodore was asked to identify the graph whose equation could be written in the form y equals mx plus b. He chose the correct graph. Which graph did Theodore identify? Y equals mx plus b. You should know that means a line, okay, because linear function. So which of these is a line? The answer is D. Okay. Moving on. (14) Which situation is modeled by the equation y equals negative 15 plus, or negative 15x plus 300? So we know that my initial value is 300, so initial value, and we're decreasing by 15. So we're looking for the situation that says we started with 300 items or 300 somethings, and we're going down by 15 every interval. So let's see what we can find. Maria has $300 in an account and deposits 15 each week. So she started with 300. That's good. But she's adding 15, so she's increasing 15. We're looking for the one that says decreasing. So that's not it. A car uses 15 gallons of gas to travel a total distance of 300. You started with 300 and you started with 15. So you have two initial values, so that doesn't work. We're not decreasing. Okay. There are 300 people at a football game. Okay, so my initial amount is 300 people, and 15 people leave each hour. So we're going down by 15 every hour. So that's your answer. C. Okay. 16. Jeremy removes the plug from a bathtub holding about 200 liters of water. The faucet is off, and the water begins draining at a constant rate. So we know we're draining. So that means decreasing is the first thing we do. And then she puts the plug back for about 1 minute. So that means the water level is constant. It's not going down, it's not going up, it's just flat. And then she removes the plug again and the water starts draining. So once again, it's decreasing. Okay? Until the water is all gone. So basically we're decreasing, constant, decreasing. So my graph should look like this. Down, flat, down. So let's look for the one that looks like that. Obviously A is not what we're looking for. B is not what we're looking for. C is not what we're looking for. And D. D will have to be the answer. Okay? Let's move on. 16. The graph below shows the cost of bananas. Okay? What is the unit rate of the bananas? Okay, so unit rate. Remember that means slope. So they're asking me for the slope. So remember, slope of a graph is the rise over the run. So I'm going to use these 2 points that they gave me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the rise, and the run is 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 5 over 4, but if you notice, my answer is it's a decimal. So what I should do is, I should take my calculator, okay, and type in 5 divided by 4, enter, and it gets me 1.25. So my answer is B, 1.25 per pound. That is the slope of that graph. Okay, moving on to number 17. Donna and Joe are both saving money. The equation y equals 53x gives the amount of money Donna has saved after x weeks. The table below gives the amount of money Joe has saved over a few weeks. After 21 weeks, who has saved the most money and by how much? Well, first thing I need to do is I need to find an equation for both Donna and Joe, because that's what I need to be able to find how much money they've saved over a certain amount of time. So Donna automatically gave me the equation 53x. All I need to do is find Joe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my calculator, go to Stat, Edit, and I'm going to type in that table right there. 3, 7, 11, 141, 329, 517. Then I'm going to go to Stat, Calculate, option number 4, enter, 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 and there's my equation. Y equals 47x. Now that I have my equations, I can plug in my x. They told me that my x is 21. So instead of the x, I'm going to put parentheses and put the number 21 in there for each equation. Okay, you see how I removed the x and put 21 in its place? So now, using my calculator, I'm going to do 53 times 21. I get 1,113. For the next one, 47 times 21, that gives me 987. Now, I need to ask myself, who saved more money, Donna or Joe? Obviously, Donna did, but by how much? I got to do 1,113 minus 987, and the difference is $126. So Donna saved $126 more than Joe. So the answer will be D.